Hello everyone, and welcome to Adaptations Across Countries Quickie. I'm your host, Carrie Anderson. This will be a shorter series between episodes exploring small bits of censorship and localization across the world. When various stories get brought over to different countries, they often get changed very subtly for the sake of local broadcasts. The most infamous, of course, is 4Kids. 4Kids Entertainment was another company that tried to adapt various anime across the US. However, in their adaptations, a lot of moments had to be censored or simply changed for nationwide broadcast. Like in today's example, Pokémon. Localization can start as early as the first episode. In this example, with the main character, whom in Japan is named Satoshi, while in America, he is known as Ash Ketchum. This is no doubt because of a fear of culture shock to children whom the series was marketed towards. In addition, adding a last name to the main character for familiarity to the catchphrase, "Gotta catch 'em all."
Old habits die hard, eh, Ashy boy?
Gary!
Yeah, long time no see, huh?
Meanwhile, Ash's main rival, Gary Oak, is a derivative of his Japanese name, Shigeru Okido.
Ash, that makes me so happy! If I work out with that, I won't need another dumbbell!
Ash's mom, Delia, in Japanese is Hanako, which means flower child, which has given speculation to her English name is derived from the dahlia flower. And then, of course, there's the Pokemon, which were changed for the game rather than the show, but it's still an interesting note to look at. Starting numerically, we look at Bulbasaur's evolutionary line. Bulbasaur's English name is a derivative of the bulb plant on his back, and saur being Latin for lizard or saurus. While in Japan, his name is Fushigidane, which translates to strange seed, which I guess is appropriate, but his back bud is clearly a bulb. But France actually combines the two as he's called Bulbizarre, which makes me want to see a crossover into Jojo's Bulbasaur adventure. My mind went there, sorry. Next though, we have Ivysaur. Ivysaur, which is pretty obvious, ivy like the vine and the continuation of soar for lizard, though his back doesn't really look anything like a vine and more of a rosebud. His Japanese name is Fujigiso, meaning strange grass, which I think is more appropriate to oddish, if anything. And then there's VENUSAUR, which comes from the Venus flytrap, which it looks nothing like, and the continuing suffix "saur" for lizard. VENUSAUR. And the Japanese becomes Fushigibana, which continues the strange half of Fushigi into the final result Hana, which means flower, but with an extra 1010 mark, which makes it sound like they wanted to call it strange banana. Now we heat things up with Charmander, a fun little guy in English. His name comes from the char, or to burn, and the salamander, though that's all he is in Japanese, is a salamander, as his name Hitokage means literally that. Though salamander is also a pun, as it takes the word for fire, he, to combine with lizard, or tokage, though I love his French name Salamache, or salamander wick, because he's got the little tail that's so cute. Though in Korea, it's taken literally as firetail, or pairi. Moving on up the evolution chain is Charmeleon. His name continues the char suffix with chameleon, which is weird since he can't really change the color of his skin, and his Japanese name is Lizard? What? They just named him Lizard? No funny pun? That's just disappointing. And then we have Charizard, the poster boy for Gen 1, concluding our char suffix with the ending syllable for lizard, which does sound really cool when you put it together. And his Japanese name is Lizardon, which is kinda lazy, but still makes him sound in charge and strong. The Don part of his name probably comes from the Greek word for tooth, commonly used for naming dinosaurs. Oh, so that's why Charizard isn't a dragon type. It's because he's a dinosaur. Completely different things. Now we get to my favorite starter, Squirtle. And how can you not love this guy on his name alone? He squirts and he's a little turtle. It's just so cute. And his Japanese is a baby pond turtle named Zenigame, which, again, not very creative since it's a very common Japanese word, but still pretty cute. Then we get WARTORTLE, becoming the strong warrior tortoise, though that tail is just too fluffy. In Japanese, his name Kameru is a combination of turtle and tail, or a pun on kemru, meaning to bite, which fits his angry demeanor, and since he also learns bite later on. And we get to the best one of all, Blastoise, who is just great. His name comes from the word blast, which fits right in with those shoulder cannons and tortoise. In Japanese, he's Kamex, which may be a combination of turtle and max, or just turtle X? Possibly? I don't know. No, wait! Rex, as in T-Rex. So his name means he's the Turtle King. Aw, yeah, no one beats the Turtle King. Oh man, even better is in French, his name is Tortank, or Tortoise Tank, which sounds like something out of Zoids. And actually there is a Zoid called Cannon Tortoise, so it kind of fits really well with him. And just as a quick glance, we'll take a look at Pikachu, whose name has stayed the same worldwide, but what's fun is that his name is an onomatopoeia on an electric spark, or pika pika, and a mouse squeak, or chew. So his name is literally Sparky Squeak. Now let's talk gym leaders. In English, all of the gym leaders' puns are pretty obvious. Brock is the rock type gym leader, Misty is the water type, Lieutenant Surge is an electrical surge, Koga, like the Koga Ninja School, Sabrina, possibly a reference to the Teenage Witch, or I'm just a giant nerd, Blaine, which sounds similar to Blaze, Giovanni, whose Italian name sounds like a mob boss, but has ground-type Pokemon, so that fits the Geo in his name, and Erika, whose name is the same in English and Japanese. But why? That's because in Japan, all of them are named after plants in one way or another, while also carrying a pun on their Pokemon types. Brock is Takeshi, which means mountaintop, but carries take in his name, meaning bamboo. Misty is Kasumi, which is shortened from Kasumiso, or baby's breath, while also carrying the word for haze or mist like Kasumi. Lieutenant Surge is Matisse, short for the clematis. Koga's name Kyo could also be read as apricot. Sabrina is Natsume, which is the jujube tree. Blaine is Katsura, which is the Japanese Judas tree, as well as containing the word for fire, or ka. Giovanni is Sakaki, which is a sacred Shinto tree, which Giovanni's badge actually resembles. And Erika, despite sounding the most plain, is actually a type of plant genus. Now, if we continue on to the Elite Four, we'll see that they also share plant-based Japanese names. Lorelei, whose English name comes from the German folklore of a siren, is named Kana in Japanese, which is a reference to the Kana lily. Bruno, whose name means brown hair, is named Siba in Japanese, which is also the name of zoysia grass, while also sounding like shibaku, or to strike. Agatha's name is Kikuko, which is a kiku or chrysanthemum. And finally, Lance, whose name is Wataru, which is derived from wata or cotton and can also be meaning crossing. The craziest thing is, if we continue this down the line, it looks like every generation of story NPCs are named after plants in some way, which I guess makes humans a grass-type Pokemon. But it's a shame localizers couldn't find an equivalent for these plant and Pokemon type naming puns, because that would have been a little more fun to this. In the meantime, guys, thanks for watching this small thing while I continue researching Robotech. If you'd like more of these small looks into adaptations, leave a comment with a suggestion down below. And if you want to know more about these subjects, I'd recommend checking out Censored Gaming, where you can see more detail on how Pokemon games and anime were censored. And check out Game Grammar to learn Japanese from Pokédex entries and deconstruct the Japanese names of Pokemon. Ciao, everyone!